Hey, you know, brother did a lecture like this is the spirit of Barackis. Look at him. This missile fool, y'all.
Y'all was giving me home research and shit. I was like, nigga said.
That was scripture, man. That's your Jake needs that. 2/3. Shalom, y'all. So Allah, he would like to pop up the humble. Once you get out of the pop side, downfall by the great. First thing first, turn to the east. My praise and glory to Yahweh. By him, God, by the God. With the petty you become, created the Father, the Son, of the Spirit. Hey, double honor. The prophet of the great millstone. Shalom. This is the first like the truth. Shalom, brothers and sisters that's listening. Study to turn yourself. Ooh. From today, y'all, basically, we're getting into that time, man, where everything is coming to pass, all the prophecies. We basically got boots on the ground in LA. We see the sword being sharpened. All that big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump signed, that money, it got streamlined right to ICE. And now ICE got like Humvees. They got a top tier military equipment, the bulletproof vests. And they got ICE looking like the Marines. It's hard to even distinguish them right now. They got the top level guns, equipment. They're doing patrols in LA. They call it what? Presence patrols, where they're going through, showing a force, trying to intimidate the public. And basically, it looks like what they did in Iraq, they're doing over here, like a big military presence. They even talk about putting a forward operating base right there in LA. But what they call it, MacArthur Park, they're going to get it right there. And they basically trying to control the public. And we there. Now we just waiting on somebody to, fire the first shot. You know, the Occupants told me already doing it, trying to keep it under wraps. But sooner or later, you're going to see on TikTok, on social media, that they're going to be having like straight, gun battles right here on U.S. soil. And I can see, too, if it gets real bad, you got Donald Trump in office, he might call a drone strike on U.S. state soil. And that'll make everything just go straight bad when that happens. I said they start having a fight, gunfight. It's going to go straight bad.
He already gave them authority to use liquid force on civilians.
See? So they said if anybody impedes in ICE operation, hey, they can go ahead and just mow you on down. And the public ain't gonna take that. Like so they see, Pablo or whoever get laid out, breaking up families, man, it's gonna intensify that heat. The Lord prophesied what happened. So we're going to this time right here. We've been telling Jake for a long time that we're about to go into Jacob's trouble. Been telling him over and over again. You got certain camps talking about ain't no Jacob's trouble. Then he had to double back like what I said, idiot. Go around. Let's show you how strong it is, where he couldn't even lie no more. So the good old spin doctor talking about Bishop Nate IUIC had to say, well, he hadn't even come to say it is going to be a Jacob's trouble. Because it's overwhelming now. Now we got boots on the ground. So start off this right here. And this is Jeremiah 30:7. And last for that day is great. So that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it said the day is great. It said none is like it. And why did it say that? Because we're dealing with stuff that our ancestors have to deal with. Like it's gonna be drones out here. It's gonna be they got the robot dogs, and they're gonna activate them. Our ancestors had to deal with actual military troops on the ground. They had to deal with the police. This ain't the police. These devils done militarized ICE. So it said none is like it because we're dealing with technology now. Like I said earlier, it might be drone strikes on USA soil. They're going to pull out the night goggles, night vision, the snipers. They're going to be doing military drills on the public, man. So basically like Rex 84, King Alfred, all the military operations, they doing it on USA soil. This ain't Iraq. This is USA. This is Los Angeles. They doing it. And they're doing it big where the Northern Tribe is at. Northern Tribe president. There's a lot of Northern Tribe Hispanics in LA. What they're trying to do, they're trying to disrupt their industry. What Northern Tribe got going, and it parallels what's in the Bible. Because that's what they did back in the day. Ancient days. The Assyrians, which is Edomites, attacked the Northern Tribe. Ran them out first, broke them up. So then they could attack the Southern Tribe. So Esau's using that same tactic. Nothing new under the sun. Same tactic. You're going to isolate, divide, then attack. And then like man, I'm talking to Moab the war. This was blowing my mind. Like the Northern Tribe, like you can see what happened back in the day is happening now. So now I can see how it went down. Northern Tribe loves Esau so much that they're taking it. They're going quietly with it. They're not really putting up much of a fight. That's what's happening right now. And what the reason that Esau's able to do that When we say Esau to the so-called white man, it's because they want to be accepted by Esau. They're trying to bow down. You know, they voted for Donald Trump. They're trying to bow down. Oh, I fit in. Whoop whoop. So Esau can get them easily. But when it comes to Southern tribes, it's not gonna be so easy. And I'm like, dang, this is parallel in the Bible. Same thing. Northern tribe fled. You know, took it lay down easy. Southern tribe, like we just seen Haitians whoop up on ice. That's the Levites. They're not gonna go easy. Judah not gonna go easy. Benjamin not gonna go easy. So what Esau got to do is he got to divide them up. So I get the northern tribe first, and really I think northern tribe gonna fight back too. They just waiting on Judah to start fighting. Once Judah starts fighting, all 12 tribes of Israel gonna start fighting. And Esau knows that. So he got to do it carefully. So he got to go, you know, tribe by tribe. Let me get Asher. Let me get Naphtali. You know, let me get Ephraim. You know, and we're gonna save Judah for last because that's gonna be our biggest battle. Esau knows that. And that's why all that money had to be streamlined. Because he like, what ICE was doing before wasn't going to get it. Hey, the Haitians, hey, they beat the brakes off of ICE, the Levites. Hey, took their little zip ties, took their gun, beat the brakes off of them. Now, Esau, they got like MRAPs, they got military vehicles, they coming in like basically like this war. They basically waging war on the children of Israel right now. And like our people are so desensitized, they kind of like got their head in the covers like, nah, they not doing that. It ain't gonna be that bad. They just getting illegal. They just getting criminal. Like, nah, they snatched up U.S. citizens, man. Like Issachar, they got his paperwork together. Esau don't care. All y'all gotta go. Because really, it's an attack on all the children of Israel. And we're in the beginning stages of it. So we just waiting for it to intensify. That's why I say I got a lesson title. They got boots on the ground now. And then, like, I'm gonna do this too. I can check this out. This predictive program at its finest. Ain't it a movie called Battle for LA?
Yeah.
Where they're fighting aliens. And don't you call foreign people aliens? So I'm like, come on, man. These devils already put the game plan together. Go watch that movie, y'all. Talk Battle for LA. It's the same thing. So now we see where the battle gonna start at. The fight gonna start in LA. They basically saying you gotta get out. The Edomites, the white people, like, this is our country. We don't want to see no yellow and brown people. I don't want to see no goddamn taco truck. I don't want to see none of that. All I want to see is good old white American stuff. And that's what MAGA's all about. They got to make America white again. It's got two yellow and two brown over the years. Really, they try to say we're minority. I don't believe we're the minority, Yashra. I believe we're the majority. We had to follow the tribes of Israel. We the number one in Babylon the Great. So Esau like, hold up, y'all got to do something. They look at, hey, Bill Gates do this. Elon Musk do this. Donald Trump do this. They're looking for, that's their leader, the Edomites.
Bring in the flag.
Yeah, bringing the flag, brown stuff out, do whatever we gotta do. We gotta get these Israelites up out of here. They gotta go. I want a white country. I want to come out and see nothing but white people. They want to feel safe. They don't feel safe with Jake no more. You know, Jake getting information. They start to find out who they are, the two nationalities, and they're scary to Esau. Because they're now getting the tail pin of them that they're the devil. You know, surrounding the precept, and it said at the time of Jacob's trouble, because now that's who's in trouble is Jake. The military ICE, that's for Jake. You know, they coming after Jake, man. They got alligator Alcatraz. They're already flexing of feeding us the gators. You got Edomites taking pictures with it. That's like taking a memorial with a lynching. So I'm looking at Jake like, y'all better pay attention. They're basically telling on TV, we coming for y'all. They're now made mainstream a concentration camp where they feed you the gators. If Jake do their history, they fed our babies the gators to make they boots and they purses and stuff. So it's like everything is coming full circle. Everything they did back in the day, they're doing now. And they're not hiding it anymore. Donald Trump corruption is out. They got him because he talked that good greed and stuff like, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to crack head. He coming with that Joe Biden spirit. Like we made that crime deal. They crack you over the head, they doing this. The criminals, he talking about the cartels. They arguing he demonized the children of Israel. Getting Edomites riled up so that when everybody sees them, like if I start gunning down Israelites, everybody be cool with that. And they'll say, oh, he's just getting the criminals. So he's desensitizing them to get them ready for murder. And making it seem like we're not real people. Like they say, he's for the sense of a man. So they done dehumanized us. They got Esau over, but then they had a hiccup.
If you go back in history where you mentioned Biden with that crime bill, Biden was calling us monkeys back in that time too. It was just basically further to prove how they really think about it.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, that 3/5 of a man's still in the like Constitution. Like, it never went away. You look at it. It's like in one of those lost books or whatever.
and it never went away.
And they showing it now too. They like, dude, you shouldn't care. They looking at us like you dogs. Some dogs need to be put down. Like you breathe too much. They're like, oh, we need to euthanize them. You know, then it look like the euthanize method ain't working good enough. The 1-9 didn't work good enough. Right. So now we got to go back to the sword. Now we got to figure up on that. The sword is now being sharpened. You know, the military is getting made to a point. So like King David said, he's trying to master those the strong ones. Who's the strong ones? The military. And they got the UN on standby in case, you know, the ICE can't get it done. We got UN troops too. Peacekeepers. They gonna, let's say, this place about to turn into a war zone real quickly. A whole battle zone about to turn into.
That's what precept us back you up. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, and we start at verse 14. And it says, the great day of the Lord Yahweh Yahweh is near, it is near, and haste greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry bitterly. And it says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of cloud and thick darkness. And it says, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, against the high tower. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. And then verse 18, it says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And that's pretty much as it, when it says the day of the Lord, this is what we talk about when it's near. So, you know, just like I just said, it's got to be right here in America, at Babylon the Great. You're going to see a lot of people's blood being shed, as it said, that, you know, what he said, a lot of people's blood is going to be as the dust, okay? And that's a whole lot. You see dust everywhere you go, all right? And so he compared people's blood being shed as the dust. That's a lot of bodies, man, all right? And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, war coming, man. Bring this out right here. Ezekiel 21:9 says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus says the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also fervent. Verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is fervent that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So that's the Lord right there was calling out, man. He said it twice. He said a sword is sharpened. That's talking about the military. So like watching Israel, you know, a good watcher, he said on the person, he's telling our people like Esau coming with that sword, man. He coming for the blood of the children of Israel. And what the Lord said, he said to make a sword slaughter. Because these devils, they imagine to lay out a lot of children of Israel. Like now they won't Jake to do that Black Lives Matter rally. Now they won't Jake to protest. They're like, where's their protest that they strength we had before? You know, now the sword is out. So that was all trapped. And like the Lord said, he said it's a glitter till we then make mirth. Majority of our people still making mirth. They still going to party. I still want to protest and rally. All they need is George Soros to put some money up and have Dick out there protesting, waving a flag. And then if you look at the Northern Tribe, they really got them doing something real stupid. Northern Tribe out there waving the flag of Mexico. So that shows Esau, they like, oh look, we've been under attack by a foreign country. See them waving the flag of another country? We got to lay them out. So they want them to protest right now so they can bring out the troops and just get the gunning them down, you know, and they want to be justified of that. Like Esau wants to look like the good guy. He wants to make it seem like, oh, the Jake is invading, you know, their land, not knowing that the Northern Tribe was here first. You know, the natives, the Hispanics, they was here first. Like I did a lesson on that flooding in what's that, Kerrville, Texas. That river right by is called Guadalupe River. I'm like, dang, that ain't changed the name from the river. So that lets me know who occupied it first. That's why the Lord made it get drowned out, because he stole that land. So the Lord's taking it back with these plagues, you know? And I'm just looking at the landmark. Like, it's called like, hold up, we was here first. What you talking about? They had, what was it called? The Mexican, I want to say the Revolutionary War, where they put them into Mexico. But they was here first. They had the West Coast. You look at California, Colorado, Nevada. Those are Hispanic names. Those are not American. Ain't no old English to that. The devil didn't change all the names of the stuff. He was that lazy. All he did was unalive and push it somewhere else. Now he's talking about get up out of my house. You know? So that's why Issachar be waving a flag in this country. They're like, we was there first. You know? But Esau gonna look at it like I'm being attacked by another country. We gotta fight for our country. So Donald Trump trying to rally the Edomites behind that, which he was working, but he getting stains on him. So their whole movement is fracturing. So this dude gonna be desperate. You know, they desperate. What they gonna do? Hey, he gonna make the phone call. Hey, lay him out. I'm frustrated. I'm losing my base. So what you gonna do is, hey man, go down the block. If you see any so-called Mexican, lay them out, snatch them up. You know, some people, man, I've been saying they got their little food trucks. Esau been coming in, kind of like a raid. What they doing for a country? I heard food trucks getting raided, taking the food, taking people. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do in foreign countries, man. Taking the food. Issachar can't go to the grocery store no more. I've seen them go to the grocery store, get tased, snatched up. You know, basically they doing kidnapping and trying to make it legal and shipping people, you know, and then they ain't even shipping to other countries. I heard they dumping them right in the ocean and it's unalive.
Heard they're like outside of like school facilities and like summer schools. They're going to summer schools.
Time. And see that right there, that's a straight war tactic, man. That'll make people get real sensitive about their children. So you going to school to snatch up children, they won't. The Northern try to crash out. You know, it ain't have to get just like that, but that's what they want. You know, and I know Judah will crash out behind something like that, but I'm just waiting. It's about to boil over. It's about to get to that point. I heard, like I said, they schools. I heard they went to Home Depot. They're going to restaurants. So they're snatching up taxpayers. I mean, some of them do got they don't work at Home Depot. Your paperwork got to be right. That's like a big time LLC company. They ain't gonna take underground stuff like that. You gotta have real. So they're snatching up taxpayers, snatching up people that go to the food industry. They're bringing a family. This one cross is gonna bring a whole lot of prophecy, man, because it's disrupting Babylon the Great's ecosystem. The other tribe, they the ones who go out and pick the apples and the oranges and pick all the fruit. Edomites ain't gonna do it. Southern tribes, they ain't gonna do it. We already came from that. Southern tribes, they trying to get $20, $30 hour jobs. Southern tribe ain't about to do that no more. They like, we already served our time picking in the field. That's what Esau really want. He wants Southern tribe. He said, what he said? He said, Mexico's taking all the black jobs. So right there, he let us know the game plan. I want Southern tribe they back in the field. I want Northern tribe up out of here. I want them out. I don't want to see them no more. And I want the Judah picking oranges and apples. And I'm like, man, that ain't even about to happen, man. They gonna grab that Glock quick and they gonna fight. Cause even I see even Gen Z like, man, I ain't trying to go do all that. You know, Gen Z they got too spoiled. They want to make big bucks. That's why Esau mad. Cause now Jake looking at what Esau got like, I'm coming for yours. That's why Esau's so scared, man. So like this preacher said, hey, the sword has been sharpened, and we trying to warn our people, and they still too busy making merch. He's too busy twerking. He's trying to get money to her BBL. The Jake dude that outside the truth, man, them dudes, they got them in dresses. They got purses. They're like, I ain't about to fight. I'm about to go drink some Ciroc, go to the club, and go find me a homeboy to go mess with. I can't say a Eve. These dudes now won't. They homies. What did the scripture say? They lovers of themselves now. You got a whole lot of that going on. I think basketball, the NBA about to probably go under. All them dudes start to come out there on the DL. It's coming out like full string.
They say that they don't even teach the natural use of a woman or something like that.
God, and we at that point now. You look at these young dudes, like I said, I know that they wear bonnets now. I'm like, what happened to do-rag? I'm at the job looking like all the dudes wearing bonnets.
Moo-moos and girls like girls clothes they wearing at the house with like a dress they have nothing on up under it.
Moo-moos, yeah, the moo-moos.
Yeah, they wearing bonnets and moo-moos. I'm like, I seen a nigga with a bonnet and moo-moo walking down the street yesterday.
Yeah, I've been saying a lot too. At my job.
Yeah, I got that verse. This is Romans 1:26. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto a vile affection But even their women did not change the natural use into that which is against nature.
They let me know at the end. So now at the point where Esau coming with his military, warriors about to fight. You look at the Jake nation, and Jake is like the scripture says, like what I read, they like a woman. And they're thinking all they do, the most of them mess with men. They might mess with a woman to cover it up, to be their beard, but mostly they mess with other dudes. You look at them like, man, they do they gonna put up no fight. He gonna tell it.
Yeah, I just seen a picture of I think it was the brother who got the same keeper of sheep, and he posted a picture of it was a before and after picture, and it was actual a Jake chick who transitioned herself to be a man and a Jake man. Yeah, and then I was like, hey, that's backwards, man. That's backwards. Yeah, confusing.
And then they doing that right when Esau coming with their sword to lay
Right.
everybody out.
Right.
So they not in their right mind to put up a fight or even see what's wrong. I know the cover, they so blind. That's gonna be easy work. 2/3 gonna be easy work. They don't even really see it coming. They're not making preparation. They're not in the school. And it's like they're trying to say like they think like they not gonna do that. Trump ain't that bad. I was like, this dude got a whole facility called Alligator Alcatraz where he's telling you, I want to feed y'all the gators. Then the military, he done beefed it up. I think they get more money and funding than the actual military. Either the Army or the Marines,
No, it's the FBI.
it's the FBI.
Yeah, they got 17. They used to have the FBI was like 10 billion, and ICE was like 2. But last week, Trump just gave them 170 billion, so he made them 17 times the FBI, making them the largest police force in America.
See that? Largest police force in America, Atkins. And what they getting ready to do, y'all Strava, they getting ready to lay out the system of Israel. They right now just waiting on the word from Donald Trump, or they're waiting for Jake to get active or do something to them. That's why they're doing that presence control. They're trying to intimidate the public. Like, yeah, get in your place. They're trying to, what they call it, sunning somebody. They trying to sun y'all Strava right now. Like, yeah, hey, don't be getting aggressive, get back in your place. And what they doing, the Karens getting emboldened. The regular Edomites, they all like, I want to sign up too. They deputizing them. What's that, Stormfront? You did a lesson on that. They all up in where the hurricane, I mean not the hurricane, the flooding took place. Yeah. Kerrville, Texas. They recruiting. So they're building a case against Yasharallah, man, the children of Israel.
The fact that and that's what I was thinking. The fact that they was able to go out and help out during the disasters because that somebody funded them to be able to do that. You know, because ain't no people that's regular citizens like us. We don't have the funds to go out and help them. Just like that, we can do what we can, but they was out there full fledged, like they had a whole program. So somebody funded them. You know, and we already know it's something else. They got to be.
Yeah, they changed. That's what FEMA used to do. FEMA would pay people to go help in disasters, but they got rid of FEMA, and then Trump is bringing basically like doing everything else and making it more race-based.
Right.
You know, he making it. It's not a federal agency now. He just essentially takes the money that he would use for FEMA to get people to go help in disasters, and just directing it towards white supremacy towards them. So,
He prophesized.
yeah.
That's what he did. He prophesized.
Yeah.
He his whole ideology and his theme. And they got Esau bloodthirsty. Save for Jacob on there in that town. You know what I'm saying? You got either race coming, hey, you ain't making it out there, something. Lord ain't with you.
Oh yeah, and especially a time like that. Hey, Esau gets active on times like that because they know all kinds. Hey, see, when a national disaster happens, expect all types of crime is gonna happen because it ain't gonna be reported. You know, free kill. Free kill. Yeah, free kill. God, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. You know, so that's why. You know, as that preacher said, when adversity come upon you, you shall find him there first. This is why you're gonna find Esau, even the devil, they're gonna be there first because that's what they do. That's all they're about. They spill blood. That's what they care about. You know, and that's why, you know, as the scripture says, be sober. All right. So when you see a national disaster, you know the devil's gonna come right along right after.
This is 2 Ezra 16 and 14, and it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return until they come upon the earth. I'm going to jump down to 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me into these days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of war, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil. What shall I do when these evils shall come.
Do that what I do to me when shall come, man. I like it showing the plagues. He said, woe is me. But it's gonna be woe when the devil bring that sword. And that's one of the plagues is the sword. They're gonna come in like I said, it's gonna come in like a flood. Man, they was cool. They got big numbers, man. They got ICE, UN troops, private militias. They gonna come in with a big everything they got left. They gonna attack the children of Israel with.
I'm gonna read down one more. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things they shall not return, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So when all hell is breaking loose and if all these things are going, we see we're clearly going into Jacob's trouble. Hey, niggas are still doing they thing, man. They not gonna return from their wickedness. They ain't even gonna take heed to the scourges that's happening to them. They just gonna think, oh yeah, he's not gonna cool down, he's gonna pass away. But no, this is gonna happen until the Lord comes back. It's gonna get gradually get worse and worse until hey, the Lord cracks inside, man. And so and let to the nation of Israel to say,
I got one to go along with what you said. This is Jeremiah 5:3. O Yahweh, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast strengthened them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. And that's why they're going to get swept up by, Esau and all his bullshit, because they ain't going to have the protection. So simply they just don't want to get to this word and make that change. They want to stay in their little world they got for themselves.
Oh, so they got something against you, Howard Shah too. A lot of them, Lord, they get offended, don't want to come into the truth. They don't want a brown man like them reigning over them. I know that they have like a Stockholm syndrome. I think that Jesus Christ was did it. Now I look at my family, it's like they believe in the so-called white man, and they can't take nothing else. The white man ain't running it. They don't want nothing to do with it, and they hate themselves. I know they gave themselves hatred.
Yeah.
So when you tell them like, nah, the Savior, the house guy looks like us, he's one of us, they automatically reject it. Like, nah, my Savior ain't no nigga. Nah, the white man, this, that, and he might tell them like, man, I'm about to eradicate y'all. I'm about to euthanize y'all. And they just like, nah, that ain't what he said. You just interpret what he's talking about. Now this gonna get the bad nigga. I'm a good one, you know.
I mean, you can see that from the example of Bill Gates. This nigga literally said, hey, if we do a good job with the vaccine, we can eliminate one of these problems. And they thought it was a good thing. Oh yeah, he ain't gonna do that. They didn't even know that. They didn't understand what he was saying. He was saying, hey, he's gonna get rid of y'all with the vaccine, man. Like he's gonna like use this technology to get rid of you, man. But they don't even understand that. They don't. They think Esau is good for them.
They went way over there. And even now, like we're looking at Donald Trump and everything that's happening now, you try to tell Jake like, hey, they coming for us, it's for us. And like, it's just for the immigrants. As I noticed, their wordplay is real big. So they're like using words to humanize people. They say, oh, he's an immigrant, you know? And like they don't even like think deeply. I'm like, these Edomites at one point were immigrants. They came over here. So who are they to say who can and can't come over? Who they? I say Esau think he God and runs stuff. And Jake gives them that jurisdiction over them. They still got a slave mentality. It never broke the chains of that. And then like when I'm looking at it, it's showing us two of the ones that like didn't want Yahweh back in the day. They called for his death. So they're gonna call for ours in a minute. So I'm saying we're gonna go to the same thing Yahweh went because they holler, they love their oppressor, they love Esau.
I'd rather have Barabbas. He was a murderer and a killer, and that's Esau Edom today. And then they say, hey, go ahead and take your hour shot, which is a helping and saving, which is the truth.
No, and you can see it clearly with this day. When you look at Northern tribes, you know, that they was hollering. You had Manasseh, Iowa, the first guy knows Trump, you know, they doing little dance. Yeah, Latinos for Trump. So that's them basically saying we don't want Yahweh, we want Caesar. So I'm looking at it like it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The same souls. And now we see how Yahweh got delivered up. He did the same thing. Like I'm looking like, fool, you hollering for these devils and talking about unaliving you? So I'm looking at the 2/3, the child of children, like y'all a special type of stupid. And I see why the Lord be unaliving y'all butts, because you deserve it. It don't make no sense to be that dumb. You got all this history, and you got all this stuff to show you that these devils don't like you. Go ahead, Kyle.
And just to show you how trifling the 2/3 are, just back to the day when they gave up Yahweh, they did that on the Passover. When they all supposed to be, grieving and getting ready for Passover, they picked the criminal over the Passover lamb. Just to show you, they not only rejected Yahweh, they rejected the truth altogether.
Dumb. And now we seeing it happen in our time. So I'm kind of wild at how dumb Jake is. He just taking me aback, man. Like I'm telling the war, I got into a little disagreement with a northern tribe chick, Issacharite, when I was at the store buying my stuff. And she got offended because, you get your little items and stuff. There was an Edomite next to me, and his stuff was close to mine. She was like, is that your amigo? You buying this stuff too? And I was like, the spirit hit me quick. I was like, nah, that's not my amigo. I was like, no, mine's amigo. No, not my amigo. So I'm up here telling her that. And Esau look all offended. They used to Jake eating out his hand. He's like, damn, I ain't your friend. I look at him like, nope, not my amigo. Nope. She got offended. She tried to be like, you don't say that. That is your friend. This is like 2 weeks ago. I'm looking at her like, how the hell you say that now for snatch y'all up, throwing you in paddy wagon, calling you this and that. You over trying to put me with the eating like this because you got a store? So they show me how dumb they are. I was like, oh Lord, we're gonna get delivered up.
I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and read that since you said it a couple of times. This Matthew chapter 24, verse 9, and it said, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
And I can see that vividly happening, man. They all want to be a bunch of fools and sambos. You see, the whole select is not. The whole select worships Yahweh. The whole select feels the same way as Yahweh and Yahweh. We don't like Edomites. We hate Edomites. And I know that's like a sin in Babylon the Great. You ain't supposed to hate the white man. That's like something wrong with you. You be educated.
That's the thing. Like when we follow what Yahweh asked us to do, but all you pretty much did is you basically applied Shabbat chapter 12 and 10. Never trust our enemy. Okay, so when we follow that, the whole world is gonna hate us. And Yahweh warned us of that. He said, just know that if the world hated you, just know that it hated me first. Yahweh warned us about that. And then now we're seeing it in real time.
So we've been holy, like they're separate. Mm-hmm. And today that's not good. You're supposed to be joined unto Esau. The scripture tells us with that Isaiah 13:15, all those joined unto be thrust with the sword. Yep. Now we see that coming into play. If you trust Esau, he's gonna shoot you. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna play in your face, we all Americans, this is all our country. You turn around, he's gonna put that dirty hair to your stuff and blow your noodles out. And then hold himself not guilty. He gonna come up with excuses. Well, he was this, he was that, and he wasn't real American, and I need those noodles. They always make what they do they justify. That's what I'm looking for. They try to justify their wicked acts.
And then you really think about it, down the time of Jacob trouble, it ain't gonna be no court system that's gonna be able to persecute them. They gonna be able to get away with it.
They gonna go full head straight like they did back in the day. Yeah. Like, hey, the might is in my gun. What the scripture say that the power is in their own hands. Right. They're not gonna care about that. I'm just unallowed as many. Because really they already fantasized about it. They already want to do it. They just waiting on the perfect, like you said earlier, the perfect moment to do it. So in a crisis, they're gonna go and resort to their true nature. Mm-hmm. So I got this sword in my hand, brought that sword as a gun. I see a Jake over there. I'm gonna take, unallow the Jake and take what he got. So that's how I sustain myself. They're gonna feel like they right for that. They're gonna feel like he a hunter. I had to hunt, I took it. It's his fault. He should know how I am, our history, and I took it from him. And then they gonna be crying out of pieces like, why the white man do that? I thought we was this, I thought we was that. And that's what Esau like. He gonna play on your ignorance. Your ignorance gonna make Jake very conflicted. And see, and then what's the counter to that? The whole flesh is different. We waiting on Esau. We know Esau is the devil in the flesh. And I know that it makes him feel offended. Like, how dare you look at me as the devil? And I'm like, look at your history, devil. They don't like a Jake with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Because it's so easy to lock them up. It's real easy. I got all kinds of evidence against you to show you the devil. They can do is hold the light up to that devil. They don't like that. That's why the Lord, he said, I'll make Esau bear.
Yeah,
You know?
I like how you said that. You said hold the light up to that devil, because that's exactly how they are. They operate in the secret council. They operate in darkness. So when you put that light on them, it exposes them. You made Esau bear. You know?
And they don't like it. They get squirming and making excuses, and they try to demonize you after that. They try to make the people seem like, oh, it's something wrong with you. You know, how dare you bring up my past, how unallowed you took people's stuff.
And that's exactly why we call them the devil. You know, what the devil also means, devil means deceiver, and it also means slanderer. So, cause, you know, they always slandering us for shit that they can't prove that we're actually doing, but we can prove, hands down, everything, every twist and turn, we can prove that they are the devil. We can prove that they the wicked of society. We can prove this. But when they slander us, they use their media and so on and so forth, and they let it, and basically put in the minds of the people to tell us that we the wicked. In reality, they are. You know.
And see, now the media is losing its power.
Yeah.
They're losing the narrative. So now they ain't got their cover cast. You know, once you get exposed, what the devil gonna do? Pull out the sword, his blessing. That's how he got everything. So that's his fallback. So he's been going years and years not having to use it so much. It's not on the break because he got everything in subjection. He's using it, you know, overseas and all that. Now it got so bad we might have to use that on his home turf. So now everybody's not buying his lies no more. The media, the narrative is split. You know, people coming up against him. The chief tribe of Esau, you know, the Ish people, they losing their covering cash. So it's making everything fall apart. Donald Trump stuff is falling apart. So now they're like, we got to go back to our blessing, man. We got to go ahead and they call it a reset. We're gonna unalive all these older jakes. We're gonna put the younger children in captivity, the concentration camp, re-educate them, put an MOTB in them, and they think they're gonna rule after that. They're gonna come out, everybody gonna be MOTB'd up, microchip in them, and they're gonna have a society of you know, compliant slaves. And they're gonna reset, they're gonna get rid of the Bible, all history, where they ain't gotta worry about they coming back no more. Now they're starting to see the error of their way. Now they're starting to see how the Lord checkmate. You use the Bible to, you know, to trick Jake. Now the whole select is going in that same Bible, like, hold up, you're the devil. So the devil, all he did was deserve, you know, he deserved the paperwork to condemn him. Now he's like, oh, I messed up with this Bible. Now we're gonna try to ban it. All he's gonna do is fulfill prophecy. It's Amos what, 8-10, famine of the word. He's gonna end up fulfilling that. That's why the devil, all he can do now is fulfill prophecy. And we already know his last move, his go-to move, is gonna be to get that sword. Military wise, they're gonna precept on that. This is Psalms 37:14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. That factor everything the statements I just made right there. It said the wicked have drawn out the sword. That's gonna be them guns. You know, he said he bent the bow. That's another reason. A bow and arrow ain't nothing but an ancient way of a gun. You know, for that guy you can shoot. They said to do what? Cast down the poor and needy. Who's the poor and needy? It's Yasserala. We don't have institutions. We don't have a standard military. We really ain't got nothing. This devil man, we got a couple food trucks, grocery store, tire shop, little check cashing places. We just got the bare minimum stuff. And it making this devil mad. He hot. How dare you have a grocery store? How dare you have a check cashing? How dare your mechanic be better than my mechanic? How dare your food be better than my food? You mean tell me this little bitty food stuff is whooping my little McDonald's and Burger King and all of that? Oh, no, no, no.
Hey, we having to line out to the street.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, good food.
Yeah.
Where, hey, I go past like Burger King and Wendy's and stuff, it be looking empty. It used to be like the workers there. Then you go like, go to Instacart, you know, the little food truck, like I said, it be a line like a mug, you know what I'm saying? You like to stand in line. You got your little canopy. It be a bang of people out there eating out good time.
I don't feel like waiting right now.
Hey, even with the drink. I see Instacart had a little, you know, the little, the Gatorade little thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're fixing up fruit and all that, got a whole line. You don't like that. Then you got right there where we at, there's called Memorial Avenue, got a flea market. He don't like that, man. The money is not coming to him. Then you got Instacart, got a lot of car lots. Everybody started to mess with Instacart car lots.
Go down 11th Street.
Yeah, because they got cheaper, better cars.
Yeah.
So now he start looking like, I go back to Memorial, you don't see nobody at the big car lines, man. It's like a ghost town, like a tumbleweed. You go to like a small car, like this car, hey, it's all kinds of people outside, they shake hands. Hey, that's been made. Hey, cars been sold like a mug. I'm back there like, hey, this car got that for $3,000. I'm about to double back on that one.
Yep.
Oh, look, you know, so everybody messing with Instacart. It's still like Jake got the juice right now. That's what everybody know. I know my mechanic is Instacart right. I don't go to Esau.
Mine too.
You know what I'm saying? I go to Instacart, and that's the go-to now. So that's got Esau offended. And we doing that as the poor and the needy. So this devil like, oh, no. His industry going down. Like Target going under, Walmart going under, Trump done but put the tariffs up. Tariffs ain't affecting Yasser like that. Yasser is still bartering, still making deals. Oh yeah, I got this great from Mexico, my friend. You know. Southern Tribe Jake is messing with the Northern Tribe. That's what really got him offended. You see Jake coming together. Act 60. This is a taco place I go to on Tuesday. They got dollar tacos. When I go in there, it be full of Northern and Southern Tribe Jake. Now Southern Tribe Jake starting to get to it too. So it be packed on Tuesday. You think Esau like that? Hell no. He's like, oh, I see Becky and Nick Rose kicking it together. They were like you said in that movie Bell, they got to drop a dime on them now. I can't have that. You know, they over here, I be up there ordering in Espanol, let me get thank they tacos. You know, they don't like that. And then they might start meshing together. That's what that was biggest fear. Which is gonna happen anyway. It happened with the whole elect. Acts 15:16. You know? And when at the end it said it's slave, such to be an upright conversation. Now we're starting to talk. Like so you might talk to another child like, hey, you like that, this your job right here. Hey, yeah, this your job right here. Yeah, so the upright conversation happens. Like the Hebrew Israelite is a hot topic right now about all the great. You got all kind of scoffers coming out, you know, you got some time say, you disrespect Jesus.
Them golfers, they giving out free advertising.
Exactly, because now it's being big. That's the number one talked about topic in Babylon the Great, the black Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, it's the emphasis on it. They're black too. Oh Lord, they out there. It's all kind of camps. In here, it's probably like over 100 different camps in Babylon the Great. You know, the word going out, it spreads like wildfire right now. To where Esau can't even say nothing, man. He getting muffled out. Everybody reporting to us to hear the truth. Everybody comes. I know my page growing like a mug. Everybody like, now I want to be good like got to say. For instance, my mother. I just took a trip. You know, my mother in the car, she was all ears. She was like, hey, I would have heard about it. Tell this. Because everybody saying what's happening in the news. Passport time, he's muted. Everyone want to hear what we got to say, we know prophecy. They're like, well, what about this? What about that? Oh, yeah, I believe it. And this, that. So that's the new topic. That's the upright conversation happening. I just gave my family a whole mouthful of that yesterday. Y'all in the car with me. I got to hear it now. I don't care if you want to hear it or not. You know, my mother's like, y'all want to hear that. You know, Thursday, simply like, put the music on. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about Esau's enterprise coming to an issue. So, but the signs is all there. When you look at the food industry, like Donald Trump doing a good work for us, man. We could never deal with Donald Trump about to do. Basically, Donald Trump's administration basically destroyed Babylon the Great. With their policies, they doing, they isolate their allies, doing their Trump trade wars. That's hurting the economy. Them trying to support the Israelite children. That's hurting their economy. And it's showing it like a lot of Jake's on the fence about it. Trump is showing like, hey, yeah, we don't like y'all. Jake is waking up. Like, oh, see, they ain't talking about unaliving us. What we gonna do? You know, they ain't in the truth, so they going to like a prepper mentality. I need guns too. That's why gun sales started to go through the roof. They're like, oh, I need me a gun.
Gun sales been through the roof since 2020.
Yeah, see? They're like, I
Since
need me a
Obama.
gun.
Since Obama.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right about that. Since Obama, yeah. I remember, but I do remember in 2020. Yeah, you're right. Because even in the Obama era, they started buying too. But in 2020, the sales of guns actually beat the sales from before that time too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why
That's when they started getting guns.
Yeah. Because it was a lot of you can tell a lot of women that don't even look like they ain't never touched a gun and they started going buying.
Yeah.
So that's why the guns started going up.
Family that members I never saw, that's the gun. I need a gun now.
Yeah.
Like, dang. So swords is now, like I said, the swords with the guns are now breaking records being sold. So that's kind of productive. Remember, Esau is the government want to take guns away from the public. When you doing all this stuff, you make the public go out and buy more guns. You know, that means that war gonna be big. They got them too. That's why if I was on the ice thing, I'd be kind of nervous. Like that's why I heard the fuck they got what we got some stuff too. Like, hey man, you better fire that drone up. You better get that high frequency weapons. I ain't gonna go in there and have no shootout with, take and all of them.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare is like still the number one strategy. They ain't really got no answer for guerrilla warfare.
Yep. And that's why I heard them at that lesson I did. They said they got them doing patrols to get used to the environment.
Yeah.
They won't get messed with the public. They already know the environment.
Yeah.
And they out there at the park. I know how this go. I know them woods over there. These people don't. So they got to get them used to it. They way have an even playing field.
That's good. Because when you said something about guerrilla warfare, that actually goes into a lot of stuff. This is one of the prophecies, right? I had that pulled up. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 24. And it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. And it says, whosoever will remain from all these that I have told you shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. All right, but they right here in verse 24, right here, that goes into guerrilla warfare because you got to think about when he said friends shall fight against another like enemy. When he thought he would start bringing out that sword, when he bringing that cutting off the food supply and all of that, your next door neighbor who y'all once were like the way the society is, y'all friends now, but when they come around, when you need something and your neighbor got it, then that's when y'all gonna become enemies. That's the time what we talking about right here when we going in, and that's pretty much considered like guerrilla warfare. And when ICE got to come in through all of that, like man, it's basically all out war.
In the 80s when the movie Colors, I may not remember it, but they were showing what they just said, how they got to get familiar with the neighborhood. They were showing them little young Jakes. They was on the corner when the police ran up. They couldn't even chase them because Jake knew the escape route. I know I'm gonna go over here. We already set a little basket on the ground, so I got to duck and jump and hit left. And the police don't know that. They cannot keep up with Jake. That's how they was getting away in LA.
Yeah, because the police chasing.
Yeah. And so they were like, God damn, I got to jump in, but they done ran through that alley so many times. They got the world record on getting through this shit. And you get fucking them old ass crackers out there trying to run and jump over shit. That shit ain't working.
Yeah, they do it like parkour and stuff like that. That nigga the fucking advantage. Now you gotta come to my turn and take me on my ground. I said in my lecture, I said when you get bad, they might have booby traps ready for ICE. You might come to the door. They got like a artillery shell set up. You know what I'm saying? Bow, bow. You can hear artillery shell. You thinking you come to the house, he over there laying down the back of the bed of the truck. He gonna pop up behind him. So they're gonna get a lot of casualties to that. Because you gotta attack the American people on their home first. And then you gotta attack them when they know you coming. Like the public, if they paying attention, they know ICE is coming. So therefore they're gonna be ready for them. And they're gonna have all kinds of little traps set up. They say they might be walking to the door. They might be walking, like they might have something with like a bunch of leaves. Like they might get out there, be walking in the yard, and all of a sudden you gonna step in a 10-foot hole.
The story you have to have perspective is Gaza. When they was going in there, them people that was Assad, whatever they call them, Hamas. The motherfuckers was taking tanks out. They was losing tanks riding up in there. That's why they was like, nah, we gonna just sit back and just bomb the shit out of them and force them to move back. So it's running up in their neighborhood shit. They taking out artillery and all kind of shit. Cause we don't know this.
That's gonna happen in Babylon the Great.
Yep.
That's the reason why they said Vietnam. That's why they lost Vietnam too.
There's a lot of people that state that know strategy and motherfuckers. Now, people ain't listening to them on your crazy ass. You're a firecracker, you jumping around the bed and shit. But when it comes time to get down, motherfuckers gonna be like, what was he talking about?
Uncle Reg, Uncle Reg, I know you got some Motel cocktails built up. They gonna be all ears then.
Yeah.
And gonna talk all of the gangs from the hood, and then like once the army started rolling in, they had guerrilla warfare popping up on top of the roof and laying them down, knocking out their tanks and Humvees and everything. He was lighting them up by the creek holes, like with the yard guy
Yeah, man, I'm gonna say, y'all all about to do that. The ice, that's why they know they're gonna get mass challenges like that UNC on deck. That's why I'm looking at ice, like the first batches, bro, you pretty much like what they did back in the day. They had the bucket. You on the front lines, they gonna get some get back on that. Cause they ready for you.
This is Second Ezra 16 and 12. And Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishments of Yahweh shall bring upon it. It says, they that fill the ground shall mourn, for the seas shall fail in God, and the blasting of hell, and in which all fear consolation. It says, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand. And that's the part what we're seeing right now. People are standing up and fighting each other with swords in their hand. And a lot of these Mexican cartels are giving these ICE people the business. They got the same fucking the same military equipment and gear. They gonna do guerrilla work first. Yeah, like if they keeping it hustle, I've seen a lot of articles and stuff like the videos that get scrubbed was like how they knocking ICE off. And ICE is clicking right now, so people are following them home and giving us their location with their addresses and shit, and like and their families is in danger now.
You say a lot of those cartels work for those agencies, so they just give them like a heads up. So yeah,
That's big. That's all I'm looking at. They be stupid. You your little dude, you know your sister run. You gave them all the information, all the equipment. Now you want to attack them? They look around and attack you, and then put the public on their side. So I'm looking at Donald Trump like you got an L coming, bro. You got too much stuff going on. You got to fight outside of the USA too. You trying to fight your own citizens and fight outside when your military that is weakest.
if I'm talking about the Iranian people that snuck in here, or the Chinese people that snuck in here.
Sleeper cell.
Yeah,
You got that.
you got that.
The public. Israel, like it's really they overwhelmed. Man. They trying to do too much at a small time. You see the Lord about to straight checkmate. I got this right here. This goes back to what I said earlier too. This is Psalm 37 and 12 says, "The wicked plot up against the just, and dash upon him with his teeth." Who's the wicked? The wicked Esau is so-called white man. They're plotting. All these like Rex 84, King Alfred, everything Esau doing right now was a plot. They got the children of Israel. And who's the just? The children of Israel, hope you let. And say that's one with a teeth. That's an old school word. Like they say back then, hey man, I got 2 men armed to the teeth. Right. And they got, top level weapons. They're trying to use the military now to just smash us all up. Here we go to kick it on verse 13. It says the Lord shall laugh at him. When he sees that the day is coming. And that's what we talk about, man. Lord sees Esau coming from a mile away. We see Esau coming from a mile away. We see Esau's L coming. Like, bro, ain't no way in the world you're gonna fight children of Israel, Babylon the Great, and have to fight Boaz and your own people, Russian Edomites, and you gotta fight Elam and Ishmael, the Iranians. Like you can't beat all of that, man. Like Esau now, the world has turned against Esau. And they're a very small group. Small group of them in Europe, small group of them in Babylon the Great. They're very, very small among, all the other nations. And now they're trying to subdue. Huh?
Edomites 7% of the world population.
That's small. That's very small. You ain't even double this. And you trying to subdue the rest of the world, that's not gonna work, man. So like that precept said, hey, Lord about to laugh at Esau, man. He about to get worked up. Now he gonna get to 2/3, and that's only because they're dumb and they're trying to sit and they out there. Like a lot of them ain't even making preparation for what's going on. They still, I'm gonna go to my job, I'm trying to buy this car, get my business going. Yeah, they talking about going on cruise ships, man. This guy was declaring war. And like they're attacking, they on cruise ships. They talking about Carter got new rules. Whatever they can't get on the boat. I'm hearing about they going overseas and can't come back. Like cruise ships over with. Like
you can't even wobble no more on the street.
Yeah, see?
I don't even know what the fuck that is, but that shit had me laughing.
Like some twerk dance,
I know it was a dance.
Yeah.
Man, they banned the dances on shit. That's what they doing when they was wobbling. They were popping the damn dance.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit got old.
You started like that. They can lay all the college. That's the women, they the ones who want to get on the boat all the goddamn time. They worry about a goddamn boat because it's Eve. Some of the Esau like you want to go on college, damn devil. That's who's buying that shit. And if Eve don't want to get on the boat, don't know they man want to get on the goddamn boat. The Dutch man want to get on the boat because Eve is begging him to get on the boat. We don't give a damn about getting on no boat. Man, we like to have a bar got that bitch flying out, we
Yeah,
good.
Just like Jake, he been playing man. He just laid back.
Exactly. They
Laid
make
back
you up
to
a barbecue at the house. I done paid all this money for air conditioning. Now I don't know a goddamn, but I said most Jake was on the boat is because Eve wasn't on the goddamn boat.
I seen a video of that was like after the rules of Carnival, and it was like the Edomite videotape. There wasn't nobody on that damn boat. Nobody on that boat.
That's the cop. It's Jake. And they're like, God damn, he said he's so stupid. You telling Eve not to get on the boat? So Eve gonna be on the boat, Jake Manning gonna be on the boat. So that Jake got the number one spending power back on the grave. We spend the most money.
I was just thinking about
Yeah,
that.
we buy Jordans and all the designer shit.
Over $1 trillion of spending power.
Yeah, Jake gonna spend the money on shit, man.
I don't even want to get on the
I
boat.
just want to say, Esau ain't even
Like,
getting on that
he
shit.
don't like because Esau don't like Jake, but he want to be around Jake to have something to talk about, or his, they got some people might just want to.
Seen that nigga do this.
I mean, Eve taking her ass in that man. They want to see Eve dance too.
I guess they ain't even gonna get on.
Even the Edomite Karen woman, you want to try Eve do her thing, she can copy her. You know, you look at Eve take the fan, like, I want you to boots on the ground. Like our
They be showing them old folks on old ass watching shit. Girl, they can pick up the goddamn thing and shit trying to pop it.
Yeah, he wanted to
Stick
copy
to the
Jake.
motherfucker. Waiting the motherfucker on the beach. Take off.
They want to copy Jake.
Arthritis is attacking the shit out the motherfucker.
They don't want to get on the boat on the county messed up. So now you making Jake mad. You forcing Jake to get ready for no butt, man. To get ready for that sword. That's why a lot of dudes are mad right now. They don't want to get the program. But they're being forced to. Like I said earlier, like when war started out, they don't want to listen to Hebrew Israelites and the drunk military ex-uncles. Like I think you did listen to too. It was Jake Sniper. He said it's still war about to happen. He said you don't want me on the block. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be taking out ICE agents.
I seen that video. He was like, you got people like me. He's like, who's used to that? Who's used to that environment? He said, the American citizens ain't used to that.
He was
They
the
ain't
number one
ready
in
for that.
Afghanistan. He was the number one sniper in Afghanistan.
Man.
Jake. You know what I'm saying? He gonna use them skills on Esau on ICE. I'm saying you got a lot of ex-military Jake. You got the Hebrew
Hey, most of them, they
That
all
nigga-
in our neighborhood. Hey, you go out north, you don't know how many families we know that's out north.
That motherfucker's a real spook that's up
My
behind
pops
him.
was like,
Yeah, he got a cold ass nigga.
And that's Jake. And so when Esau get ready to do Civil War, you got this cold sniper. What you about to do? Like, ICE about to take a lot of casualties. And that's just one we talk about. It's like I just said, it's all kinds of Jake that was in the military that's gonna use their military skills against Esau's military.
and you know, it's
Well,
crazy.
Jake, the mother, when Jake come with it, hey, it's gonna be serious, man. I think ICE really kind of spooked, like, I think they kind of don't want to bang with the public like that.
Them UN troops, I'm sorry.
Oh, you got it.
Them UN troops, they dress like the Carolina Tar Heels. That shit stand out like a motherfucker. You trying to sneak up on motherfucker with baby blue on, that shit about to be
You ain't lying. Hey, right to the mother.
Big ass UN on the helmet.
Yeah, a good target. Okay, you see it clear as day. So they might start getting scared, like, nah, I ain't about to go up out there. They probably gonna start using like direct energy weapons, and drones and stuff. They got to use their technology.
That's family. They gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's why they were blue. So they motherfuckers, they get sprayed with the laser, the motherfuckers is alright. For the most part.
They gonna need that to turn the tide in their favor.
So they gonna do that.
Yeah, the public gonna be start whooping them.
Man, and I say, man, every now and then, cause you know, every now and then you sit down and watch a war movie or just watch a random movie with a veteran, they gonna say some shit that's gonna be like a war tactic. And my pops used to do that shit all the time. Like we was watching Scarface one time, and you know that scene where he was like, say hello to my little friend. That little scene. And my pops was like, that's some bullshit. He said the first rule of combat. Find cover. I'm like, yeah, damn, I you know, we be watching the movie. Where that come from? But that's how the veterans be though. They'll say something, and they'll say something, and it'll be a strategy. It'll be a war tactic. And that's how I knew. I was like, okay, so when a shootout happens, instead of you taking off running, find cover.
The way that we filter the world through these scriptures, a lot of them vets like that, that's how they filter the world through their training.
Yeah.
That's how they see the world.
Yeah.
You know, they looking, I'm supposed to be over here. You know, I feel uncomfortable out in the open like this. They always standing by shit. This is
feel slighted by the U.S. military. I'll serve this country. This is shit I get. So they waiting for shit to pop off.
They
VA,
keeping them all away.
VA, fuck me over.
I ain't get my full VA
They cut my
benefit.
leg off. I'm gonna cut things off in a minute.
Hey, they kicking all of the jakes off, all of the men because of the beard situation, and they said that the women, they can't do the little motherfucking baby hair and some other shit. They like shit, they ban it all the shit they want to do. Your ass gonna have to either motherfucking go with the buzz cut or get the fuck out. And most of the jakes like shit, I'm getting the fuck out.
Yeah, that's bad right there. Now you take it to the military. They got a little bit of military time. They gonna fight against you. They gonna feel slighted. Like I got to get military to raise the bump.
Everybody got
I'm gonna get the ice.
everybody got a military family member.
I
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. As I said, you going against so then like we talk about military. Imagine when he be the hopeful elect. And the Lord really loves that hopeful elect. Like, nah, you're not getting that. And, you know, spiritual power of Satan gonna get popped up at that time. That's why, like me, I'm waiting on Jacob's trouble. I'm like, that's when it's gonna be proven ground. That's when Satan gonna be lifted up. That's something like you thought ain't even calculated that too much, you know. Like, oh look, man, this dude just took off flying in the air. Like, we ain't got no protocols on that. You know, send out the little drones to see what that do. You know, see what the heck? This dude just froze. Have no camera report for that. Yeah, this dude just burnt him alive. Are you serious? Are y'all smoking something?
He
Yeah,
can't
what?
even handle our creativity and our state we at now. We can't come up with a way to beat us because all they got to do is look at a situation from both sides and come up with a way to get around it. He can't even deal with us now. Just imagine when we get stuff that he ain't never seen before, like a big star levitating. Shit, all of them UN troops gonna bounce.
So they guns down and run.
You ain't lying.
So they guns down and run. Like I ain't battling that. What the hell was that, man? It's gonna be water fire. You know?
Do like this and everything. You start raising up off the ground. It's time to go.
Yeah, he gonna run. Yeah, he gonna
Oh my
do it.
god.
It's time to go.
Yeah, they gonna run. And stuff like that gonna happen, y'all. So I'm gonna be worried what's gonna happen. You know, doing Jacob stuff. That's why the real hope we ain't worried about it. We won't be called to push the button and do it. So we getting hyped about it. Like, go ahead and come forward, man. See what happens. And the devil, you kind of know, you kind of scared. It's like they doing it, but it's kind of like it's some hesitation to it. I feel like their head is like the devil pump faking. Like he's scared to throw the pass. So he up with pump faking. I'm like, who you gonna throw in the interception? You might as well throw it.
So interception, or your ass gonna get sacked.
Yeah, either one. He said it just not yet. He just pump faking. Like, no, I don't think he open. No, I don't think it's open. Like, all right. Like I said, you don't get back, Lord, but Lord, I got you checkmated, dude. Might as well just roll your sword out and go ahead and get crumpled up like you know you about to get crumpled up.
This is pretty popular. You kind of go through down right here. This is Isaiah chapter 13. The point being 2 and 3, but we'll start at verse 1. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. And it says, lift up the banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, take the hand that they may go into the gate of the noble. It says, take the hand that they may go into the gate of the noble. When you think about the nobles, who's the nobles of this society, if you call any so-called white man. All right, you say go into the gates of the nobles, which means that the people is going to rebel against the rulers of this society. All right, in verse 3, it says, I have commanded my sanctified one. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my hiding. You see, and that right here, and this is the Lord, when the Lord lifts up that standard, the Lord is going to call up his what he says, his sanctified one. Okay, he said, I'm going to call my mighty ones for my anger. All right, so the Lord's about to turn the tables on Esau in a minute, man.
That's serious. I got scriptures to back you up on that. That's serious. I was about bringing that out like how you put the gears on that. Check it out. This is Psalm 37:15. The sword shall enter into their own heart, and the bow shall be broken. Verse 16. A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked. Verse 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord opposes the righteous.
That right there, the little that a righteous man has is better than many riches of the wicked. That's actually still going into our faith right there. So that there's a little that a righteous has is our faith in Yahweh Yahweh. Okay? And he said it's better than the riches of many wicked. And this is why we're not afraid when Esau even come down having that great wrath. Because we know that the Lord is gonna protect us in that time, man. He's gonna either give us that spiritual power, or he's gonna have that divine intervention. Whatever the case, the Lord Yahweh Shah got us, man. And like you said in verse 17, the arms of the wicked shall be broken. We can vividly see that. Like, devil, this is the end of you. We at the end of Esau even foolishness. This is the last little bit. He riding on fumes right now. Look at the end of your gas. He's pushing on the gas pedal and rocking. Yeah. He's trying to get him across the finish line. And that sucker's sputtering. And he's about done, man. I'm gonna read this verse 18 too. It says, the Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. You know that? It says they should not be ashamed in the evil time. But why we done did the work? You know, we done put in work for Yahweh Yahweh. You know, we done did prayers for Yahweh Yahweh. So when Jacob trouble happened, we not be sitting there like, man, did I do enough? Am I part of it? We like, oh, we done did the work. Now we just waiting on the thing to go down. We looking for, like you said, the inheritance. He said shall be forever. So we looking for Esau to get smashed out during that time. You know, they say the days of famine. We're not worried about the food coming up short. You know, the Lord gonna take care of us. God, so we looking forward to Jacob's trouble. What that let us know is the end game. Jacob's trouble is us right, like the tribulation period, right before we go to the kingdom of heaven. So we're anticipating that. Like, yeah, bring it, devil, because that's really Jacob's trouble is when Esau gonna get snuffed out. Only one Esau gonna get is 2/3. Everybody outside the truth. That's who Esau gonna be able to get his hands on. And that's the penalty for believing in Esau. You're supposed to believe in Yahweh Shah, not the so-called white man. Everybody hollering on Jesus Christ, they're gonna get unalive during that period. Because that's not who the Lord's dealing with. You can't call me the wrong name. And then I gave you plenty of time, plenty of grace period, put my prophets out there to be patient and teach you and tell you who the names are. So since you smack down, they basically close the door on their mercy. You know? They done closed the doors of mercy. And now the doors of mercy closed. Hey, pretty much the truth gonna come out. You know, that's really the Lord. We keep talking about Esau, but that's the Lord using Esau to commit that genocide. You know, really just the purge, to get rid of the undesirables. All the little stiff necks, little twerking, talking fast, dishonorable to their parents, popping drugs, using drugs, you know, just straight degenerate plant. All the degenerates of Yahweh Yahweh Shah, he about to get rid of them, to cleanse them. And all the ones, you know, I get to the 9th chapter, where he said, play ugly, old, made, little children. Yeah, that's that prophecy right there.
That's just our thing.
Yep. Yeah, he about to get rid of all of them doing Jacob's trouble. That's a cleansing. That's the Lord doing a purge. And that's why we, you know, cling to the Lord. We pray to the Lord. You know, we basically begging that we don't want to smoke with your how about y'all shot. But that smoke he's bringing, that sword he's bringing, somebody go get that. King David called it out. That sword he's bringing, that's the judgment, man, from the Lord. All these Jacob for talking crazy to us, all they slick, all these scoffers. Lord, like, okay, I'm gonna let Esau have it. You know, Esau gonna run up on you with his soldiers, and hey, they gonna torture you. You know, Eve talking out their noise when ride the little carousel. Like Elder Malcolm say, ride the cock carousel and think he's so fine and this and that. A group of you might gonna run down on her and ravish her. And then put a bullet in her head. You know? And that's us, you know, because a lot of them in the street, Israelite men. They you broke, you old broke nigga. I don't want to hear that. Only back to Rick Edomite men, this and that. And Lord gonna give what they ask for. Y'all these gangster niggas, they all talk they gangster, this and that. Hey, them dudes are scary. When you start coming out that stuff, you gonna see them turn to little girls. I promise you, I'm seeing it already. Like, dang, dude, you supposed to be gangster with what's up? Why you scared now? Yeah, they're gonna be blowing snot books and they gonna get to tell it. First thing they're gonna tell them is them gangster niggas. I know a black people is like, yeah, he stay around the way. Yeah, cool. You say I'm gonna be safe? You put this in my body and I'm good? That's gonna be your gangster niggas, man. The gangster niggas really are ops. Them your snitches. It's really, they're nothing but minions to Esau. I done figured it out. That's why Eve like gangster niggas. I really figured it out, y'all scholars. Because a gangster nigga, he has the ways of the Edomite name. Because Tisha can't, you know, most Eve can't get an Edomite. Edomite like skinny women with fake, you know, Eve ain't got that. She's too big for Esau. You know, he ain't got no meat for that. You know, he's the opposite of Arby.
He ain't got the meat. So what they do, they take the second round draft pick, which is what? A Jake man that's a gangster. His whole nature is an Edomite man. He kill other Jake. He sells drugs, just like Esau. He's real unruly. A gangster nigga is nothing but a Edomite with brown, skin color. I know that's what a gangster is. And then for drug side, they got the Vatos, the cartel. That's why they get the respect because they act the most like Esau, but they look like a Jake. So that's why there's the prime. There's the number one man that Israelite women want to procreate with.
Hey, the number one reason why the Klan back in the day during Reconstruction was hood, because during Reconstruction, these motherfucking white dudes, they could be openly racist to Jake. They only do. Why they gonna hide their face? The reason why they was hiding their face when they came to the neighborhood that night was to cover up all of the Jakes that was riding with them. Like how you were saying. The Jakes that's with the Klan, they was going, yeah, that nigga had some slick shit to say about y'all and this nigga over here. You pointing out the motherfuckers that is going against what them Edomites was talking about. It was always Jake riding the Klan. That's why they was hiding their face.
Everybody knew where to go.
Yeah. They pull up right to the house where the nigga talking to.
Yeah.
But they do that.
Israel is of Israel.
Yeah.
God.
Even with Columbus, there was other natives.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
He did have a native with him.
But that's Esau's main strategy when he attack anybody. He find a group of people that they got their feelings hurt by the majority and back them and build them up to attack against the majority. That's how he gets in the door every time.
What was that? Them gangster niggas.
Yup.
Esau gave them drugs, to get them guns, and he smoked them in the rap music. He smoked them in entertainment. That's why he was so confused because he looked at them like, this is the supreme man right here.
But when they say that they raised them, they see the state as their parents. Like the ones that have been criminals, they only went to the bar so got the boys home anymore. Or I don't know if they call it that when I was a little kid. They go to the boys' home, and then they go to town, and then they graduate up at the prison. Then it'd be the first one they go to, it'd be their parent prison. Essentially, they've been raised by the county their whole life. They gonna side with Esau way before they side with Jakes in the neighborhood because that's who they've been raised around.
And he said, like you said, rap music all the way. Started rapping about a bunch of Edomites, small hatters.
I think that was Judas and the Black Messiah. They showed it perfectly in that movie as well too.
That's real. I tell you, that young boy, he's trying about nothing but Edomites. I'm like, that's why your life like that. He got nothing together. Yep, he's trying about nothing but Edomites. Rick Ross, all of them. Yeah, all of them. So it shows you, and that's gonna be the first one to tell you. And that's what's gonna happen when they start coming down with the military troops on the block. That's the either for gangster protection. Now they're starting to figure it out like, oh, these gangsters gonna protect nothing. I'm seeing a lot of videos on that. They call them toxic. I'm like, you got 4 babies with them. Different 3 gangsters. It's too late. These other one hopefully like man won't you. That ain't how I'm ready to hunt now. I'm like, shit, good luck. Everybody wants your butt. You got here residue, Marty gangster niggas. They starting to see it now. That's where the summer cash coming down. Gangster niggas gonna get gangster with other Jakes. They don't go against the real enemy, which is Esau. It's really they're scared.
That makes them cowards.
They was saying that about 4 extra. They was like, this nigga ain't got nothing for Avenue 22, whatever the cracker name is. But every nigga come up in there and said he want to fight and punch them off. Like 1607.
Yeah, and then I told me that Allison Tudor one gave 4 extra fireworks. The
Oh,
dude
really?
hand up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I said he the one gave it to him. I'm like, goddamn, you dumbass nigga. Yeah, it's devil set you up cold. Got you fight your own people. Then gave you 6 dynamite. That's like a 2/3 personified to a fuller. You know, beat your whole hand off. Right before niggas trouble.
Right, and then put it on his Adam 22 page. He put his GoFundMe on his page too.
I heard he only got like
set up a
$600.
GoFundMe for that nigga.
That GoFundMe going right to Adam 22 pocket. Yeah. Yeah, he making money off. He exploited that dude. All them. Everybody you on Vlog or Adam 22, you getting exploited. And they gonna play you, man. That's why like Jake's dumb. Let's say they 4 extra niggas. Them niggas right there gonna tell it. Them the weakest niggas on the block. They real retarded. And all you gotta do is look at 4 extras, look his hand get blown off, and we ain't making this up. Now he gotta fight against Esau with one hand. Esau done blew his top off, blew his hand off. That's how dumb they are. I'm gonna get back on. I'm gonna read this right here. Esau about to go, man. That's why they're trying to get all they can. Whatever little dicks they can get, they're gonna get them. It's Psalm 37 and 20. It says, "But the wicked shall perish, and the enemy of the Lord shall be as the fat of the lamb. They they shall consume into smoke till they consume away." That's right there. That's what we ain't, man. They said the wicked shall perish. This is Esau's last call. He gonna call his military. He gonna jump on the 2/3 real good. 2/3 gonna fight back. Gonna try to fight the whole select. Whole select is standard lifted up. Hey, then after that, he's gonna take an L. Hey, so dramatic and so big, it's gonna be on biblical proportions. Like all of the drones gonna fly out the sky. The church gonna get activated. The archangel Michael gonna stand up. And y'all, I said, y'all shows up in the atmosphere, and Esau gonna take heavy losses. And Lord gonna sort this place in 1 hour, showing that Esau's easy work. Hey, the house of David is gonna be like it's gonna be sweltered. The house of David gonna be down on Esau either, man. Something wrong, man. So I'm looking like let E do what he gonna do. So what we doing now at the last moment, you trying to tell whatever little Jay, this last little what you call last call for alcohol, trying to tell Jay, come in the house while you can. Because the devil is about to, hey, he's about to wage war. He's about to start getting shooting and stuff. Come in now.
That's like
Get back.
what happened with Noah, man. When the Lord closed up the door, hey, the flood came. So when these doors of mercy closed up, what happened? Esau gonna come in like a flood.
The truth. Same thing, except it's gonna be raining hot lead in Memphis.
I got one more to bag you up though, because that precept says they're gonna gnash on him with a teeth, and then his teeth are found in his mouth. So that goes into regulation. Legislation is a part of his teeth also. And this is Isaiah 21. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree." It says, "Woe." That's evil, bad time. That just lets you know he probably hey, he got a great fall from it. That woe is gonna catch up to his ass here in a second. He's gonna get the 2/3, but that woe is coming for him. Because woe is to him that decree unrighteous decrees and right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be afraid." And you see that, hey, the widows are known as the elect, and Esau is, hey, using them as a prey right now. They over there, hunting them down right now, and we're seeing that. And it says that and that they may rob the fatherless. It says, and what will you do in that day of visitation and in the desolation which shall come from afar? Because the Lord about to crack some skies and send them standards down and let they get out of them. When all hell breaks loose and everything come down and it's said and done, it says the desolation which shall come from afar. For whom will you flee from? Flee for help, and where will you leave your glory? And a lot of people, hey, they ain't gonna have nothing. They ain't gonna have no baggage. So they turn down the Lord, turn down the hands from the Lord, and they following after Esau. And he told you from the first beginning, said, "Woe unto him to decree and righteous decree." That's Esau, and he's gonna get that. He's gonna get that destruction. And those are the poor and needy. Hey, you're gonna get saved by our power.
I was just thinking about how that precept when it says woe unto him, because it's basically Esau about to get that destruction, man. And just like our case was saying earlier, Esau is in the creek bag. He did already been checkmated to the point where the Lord is using Esau Edom to not only get rid of the trash of our nation, but he's gonna use him to get rid of the trash of our nation, and then he's gonna throw them away like trash as well too. That's like that's how you know y'all about to y'all child a master chess player right there. He destroy all his enemies, no matter who they is.
Sacrifice all the little 2/3, and then take Esau down at the end.
They say close all loose ends. Yeah. The Lord closing all loose ends. He's doing like the joke. And that movie was the Dark Knight. They all did a job and off each other. So at the end, it's gonna be a whole select. Whole select, a couple like Lohedon, the third in the kingdom. And they ain't gonna have no system. They don't have no structure, none of that. It's gonna be all Yasha Allah. Everything.
That's why second Ezra was the second Ezra 69 when it said for Esau is the end of the world. That was the beginning of their folly.
I was coming online. So this Jacob's trouble is a trial period, to test your faith. Because we're gonna be tested too. The Lord gonna say, hey man, you're gonna get scared, you're gonna hold that ground. The Lord wanna see if you're gonna keep that same energy. But right now everything is still, still focused steady, you still gonna get a little bit double all of that. Now when things turn up, the Lord even looking at us like, man, you gonna keep that same energy? If you start gonna come down on us like, hey man, what's that Yahweh about y'all stuff I hear? What's that about? What's this? I hear you a black Hebrew Israelite. What's that about? Lord don't want to see you. You gonna hold strong and tell the devil like, yeah, I am. But what about it? Yeah, I pray to you how about y'all and what? It just might put a gun to our head, like, hey man, you out there right now, we're gonna let this sugar fly. Or we're gonna put you in the concentration camp. You gotta remember that precept. You said he's casting in the prison. He said, be thou faithful,
Yeah.
what 10 days you gotta find life. We can paraphrase. So we gotta remember that precept. They're gonna be rounding Jake up. Like it's gonna be chaos out here, man. They're gonna be going crazy. This devil desperate, y'all. He is desperate. He's trying to make sure his house continues forever. And to do that, he has to subdue us. And they got us to a certain level, but not the way they want it. They got to get the MOTB at us to make it complete. They say they want to get like a separate connection to your how about y'all side. Right now, we praising the Lord, we calling the Lord's name. Then he got to stop that. So the MOTB, that microchip, that's like a muzzle. Once you put that in your body, your whole spirit is muzzled after that. Lord, like you ain't, your light is gone. Ain't no beacon to pick you up, none of that.
Like a jammer.
Yeah, God, I like you said it, yeah.
On the phone, your phone connected to the way you got a jammer around. Yeah, that MOTB is jammer.
It's divided in countries.
It is. I like how I said it like a jammer. It blocks your spirit. Because once you put that in you, there's no more connection, no more none of that. Right now, our spirit is like an SOS. Right now, we're like a beacon to the Lord. So he's looking like, oh yeah, I got pickups to make. And you take him on TV.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Put the MOTB in, no more.
Hey, your signal go out. It's out. Signal gone. Signal lost. Right now, we got the signal going, man. It said, I like the faith. It's all in oil, like having your light burning. That's the light right now. You see that beacon, that light, something's up top. They look down and see it like, oh yeah, I gotta pick that up. They're like the rescue team. That's how the church is gonna be. Church is what's gonna beam us up so we don't take that nuclear holocaust, that nuclear fire that's about to hit. You gotta go up. You gotta get on the chariot. Lord already know who you gonna pick up. You know who you're not gonna pick up. Exactly. That's the new ark. It's a chariot. Think about it. And look at 2/3 like, man, y'all not looking like y'all gonna get picked up, man. Your beacon ain't going off, man. You know, I'm to Esau. You already know Esau gonna do. He's gonna say, open your mouth and put a hot bullet in you, man. Especially for those that want to be tough and refuse their MOTB.
I just thought about that too, man. So that's how Yahweh Shah got lifted up too. How the scripture said the servant is not greater than his master. So we basically going through everything that Yahweh Shah went through when he was right walking. So Yahweh Shah went through the trials and tribulation. We're gonna go through the trials and tribulation. When Yahweh Shah got beamed up, we also gonna get beamed up. And that's how it's gonna work.
Spectacular deliverance. It's gonna be spectacular on how he's gonna protect us. They might be running with guns. The Lord might make it where they get different orders, gotta run over here, or they might get blinded. Or like I said earlier, it might be like on colors, man. The Lord might just put that juice in us. We might run so fast, hit the corner, hit the block. They understand we lost him. Couldn't keep up. So they got all that heavy equipment they gotta run with. Right? We're gonna be right on our feet. And we know our areas where we've been at. Like I know I can cut here. That dude might be from Boston. He don't know Tulsa terrain. He might be from, Idaho or something. He's on foreign territory. And he's scared his damn self. Like, shoot, I might get popped up too. They got guns. They don't be on. Hey. They don't know nothing since they used to hit the stores in the U.S. They ain't gonna know shit. They get over, I've been running over South Street. I can go to that alley over there, cut through that creek. Pop up over here. Yeah.
I know where that tunnel dump off at. Yeah.
They might be in
I
the
run
tree.
over here, get on my 4-wheeler real quick.
I might be in the tree looking at them pass by.
Yeah.
He at the top of the tree like Predator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Looking down at saying, dude go over there and take a picture, man. They go, yeah, I got me one. Now they gotta help their partner. You don't know, he getting stomped. You know what I'm saying? They in the tree, he mad, he ain't in the fish. He like Rambo.
In the movie Colors, it was an old policeman with the young dude.
Yeah.
When that scene happened, the old dude just got out and sat a crew like, man, I ain't trying to say these niggas.
Yeah,
Young dude, like,
young dude.
I'm the hero. He came back with his tail fucked between his legs. Man,
Young dude like, need a water? Oh, dude, like, need a water?
he just gotta go to the liquor store. They gonna be right up there.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we did. I know they gonna be here.
Yeah, the fuck you jumping out the car running and shit.
Yeah, you new to the job.
Yeah.
That's fair when you said that. They're gonna be at the liquor store. You know, that's that Esau. You know what's fine 2/3.
Yeah, you know exactly
But
where to
the whole
go.
roulette, they're gonna have problems.
You ain't gotta say some niggas know what.
Yeah.
Or they gonna be over their cousin house. He got him on payroll. Shit.
He works for us.
Yeah.
Like that movie on Book of Clarence. Dude stopped that noise. He's like, yeah, he works for us. You didn't know that? He's like, damn. So they gotta go free stuff? Yeah, okay. So with that being said, y'all saw my look at the edifying. And we give all praise and glory too.
Yeah,
How?
By Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakadai.
Baby. Hey, stay locked in, man. Stay locked in. Y'all salute us up out of here, baby. Shalom.
Hey man, so the Northern Tribes, they making movies now in the